Hey, we're back. Working on the S10 Farm Truck. As you can see, this is the oil relocation device. This is actually mounted on the motor block of that 4.3 V6. Thing leaks like a sieve. Also, the oil lines, they run beside the motor, beside the oil pan and the firewall. Very, very tight to squeeze to get in there to replace those lines. The whole system is leaking. It's pretty bad. So we need to replace all this. So we're gonna get started on this. As you can see, there isn't very many areas that isn't coated with oil. This truck's been leaking for a while, so we have a lot of cleaning to do also. You can see the oil's just caked everywhere. Here's another shot. It kind of shows the lines going between the oil pan and the firewall wheel well, actually. And yeah, it's going to be a challenge to get these lines in there. And then the relocator runs it all the way to the front of the truck, and there you can see where the device is that holds the oil filter. And there's also another set of lines that go on the other side of this oil filter that go to the oil cooler, and that's connected to the radiator. We're going to replace those too. The whole thing just leaks. It's just really, really bad. Another thing you can do if you don't want to go through all this mess with relocating this, messing with these oil lines, is you can buy the actual fitting where you could replace the oil filter right there at the motor block. It'd just be a little bit of a challenge to spin the oil filter out when you're changing oil, but you just have to run a shorter filter. That little adapter is about $12. Here we're getting ready to pull the oil out and get it drained out of the system so we can start taking this thing apart. Apologize for the poor camera footage. I'm still trying to learn how to put all this together, and I don't really have a good camera. I think I'm going to have to switch back over to using my phone to get better quality. Having a hard time with the editing. As you can see, the oil's pretty black. It's been a while since the oil's been changed. I don't remember the mileage on this truck, but it's an old farm truck, so it's had a lot of abuse. Didn't see any oil shavings or anything on the end of the plug. So we're just going to let her drain out and we get ready to start tearing into this thing. Seems like it takes longer when you're staring at it. As I was looking up in here, I noticed that we have a drive shaft that's shot to a front axle. Bearings are all blown out of it, so we're going to have to replace that too. We'll probably do that in the next video. Yeah, she's starting to slow down a little bit now. It's a pretty cool little truck. I've had older S10s, but I've never had this is a 99. I've never had a newer one this new. And made a few changes to it. I think a little bit better design. Still hard to work on. This is a four-wheel drive, so everything is just crammed into this thing. Okay. Looks like we're starting to slow down a little bit. It leaking so bad, I'm surprised it had that much oil left in it. Okay, here you can look under the manifold, all that grease in there, and that's where those oil lines run right through there. Hard to get to. The only way we could get these lines out is we had to actually take the motor mount loose on this side, and we had to jack the engine up probably a good 2 inches or so. So we had enough clearance to pull those lines out of there. It was really a challenge to get those lines out. Here we're garage assistant Shelby. She's cleaning up the adapter that mounts on a motor block. We finally got the thing out. We're getting it all cleaned up. It was just caked and coated with dirt and oil, so we're cleaning her up so we can put the new gaskets in it and start putting it back together. Shelby's also the owner of the truck, so she's working it off. Here you can see we're looking down alongside the motor. Those two lines were that had to pull all the way down to the other end. Here you can see underneath the manifold there. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a better shot. You can see the new lines have been installed. Here's the oil cooler lines where they connected into the radiator. They just go in with a clip. And then we put a new filter in it and put new oil in it and fired it up, brought it up to temperature, checked for leaks, and it looks good. We got this taken care of.